Now, what I would like to do, show you my artificial limbs. Yeah. Now, you guys all watch basketball, I'm sure. The Bulls haven't been so good lately, but maybe they will get better. And I know you've seen at a basketball game when a player sits on the bench, the coach puts them into the game, they take their warm-up pants, they rip them off, and then they go play. You've seen those tearaway pants? I have them on, but not for long. But don't worry, I have shorts on. I'm not naked. That would be a whole other show. So here we go. So what you see, as small as they are, my real legs, they fit within my artificial limbs. Now this gives me control as I walk. I could walk nice and slow as I have been, and I could stop right on a dime. How are you, dime? I could also speed it up and walk faster because I have total control. So, about the time when I was about 8, which makes that about more years than I want to tell you. About 49 years ago, I was 8. But I remember it very well. I was at my doctor's office, and it kind of went like this. Hey, Lloyd! Hey, Lloyd, how you doing? Hey, Lloyd, would you like to be taller? Taller? Why? When I was 8 years old, I didn't want to be taller. When I was 10 years old, the doctors came to me again and asked, and I said no. But then I turned 13. And when I was 13 and at the doctor's office, they walked in, I said, make me taller now. Now. So, I want you to think, why would I want to be taller at 13, but at 8 and 10 I didn't? Think for a minute and I'll ask again. But right now I'm going to remove my artificial limbs. I'm going to show you how it is they fit me and how I'm able to get around without them on. This one here is my right limb. My foot fits in right there, and this holds my foot in place. My ankle is here. My knee is here. And then my hip up there. So when I got this limb, the doctors weren't sure I'd be able to balance it because I have 3 moving parts above the ground. When you are walking, your ankle is at the ground. My ankle is in the middle of my leg. And they weren't sure if I'd be able to balance this. Now, my left leg is obviously different from my right. And I want you to feel your femur bone, your thigh bone. Feel it from your hip to your knee. And don't feel your neighbor's. Your femur bone from your knee up to your hip. Yours is about this big. On my left leg, my femur, my thigh bone, is only about this big, about 3 inches. That's it. That's the length of my femur. So what does this mean? Check it out. On my left leg, my knee is all the way up here, where my hip should be. That's my knee. And then my leg and my foot, that fits in right here, and this holds my leg and foot into place. Now, because my knee is way up where my hip should be, it works as it would be a hip. So they gave me an artificial knee. And that artificial knee is inside of here, and that's called a hydraulic unit. Now, you've seen the artificial limbs today where it comes down and it just looks like a stick that goes into the shoe. That is the hydraulic unit. Personally, I don't know why they want their leg to look like a stick. I wanted my leg to look like a leg, so they covered it for me. Now that hydraulic unit controls the swing of my leg just as your knee does. So if I take a step, my leg, it may bend, and as I pick up my foot, it will swing in front, and it stays up until I put my foot down. That hydraulic unit gives me greater control when I walk, and it makes it easier for me. Stay. Good boy.